So in this video, let's talk about some photography tips and techniques that I use whenever I am shooting in the dark with off-camera flash and how I transform this scene into this. So hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and would want to learn more about off-camera flash photography or maybe just photography in general, then this channel is for you. So you might want to consider subscribing, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. So with that out of the way, you guys might be wondering, so why do you want to shoot in the dark? Well, there are times in which I want to maximize the day, even if it's already at night, that I just want to be able to get as much images as I can for my couple. And at the same time, there are some instances in which you're presented with a scene that, you know, visually could have been perfect if the light was here, if the light was doing this. And that's the beauty of off-camera flash, because you can manipulate that even in the existence or non-existence of existing ambient light. Because right now, normally I would mix ambient light with flash, but in this particular shoot that I am going to share with you, there is literally no ambient light. So let me show you a brief video first, just to give you a general idea of how the scene actually looked. So as you can see, there was literally no light where we were shooting. And now let's get into how I actually lit that scene. So this is some of the test shots that I did. From here, on this particular direction, I had my Photix Indra 500. My Photix Indra 500 is a 500 watt studio strobe that's battery operated. So it gave me so much power. And what I wanted to do was put it in this direction to create some beautiful pattern here. So initially, the first output from this particular scene was this one. I was okay with it. I was getting the depth that I wanted. I was getting all the patterns that I wanted. However, I felt that there was something missing. And by the way, the settings were 1/30 f1.4 at ISO 250. I was using the A7R3 with a 50mm 1.4 lens. Now, what I did, instead of actually having just one light coming from here, I decided that I wanted to put another flash here. This is a speed light with a MagMod mag spear and a mag grid. The purpose of this particular light is to create a bit of separation from the back. You could see from the original image, actually I think I had the MagMod right here, so I was using two lights for this particular shot. One light from here and one light from here. And the mistake was it actually removed the patterns that I wanted to create in the first place. So what I decided to do, again, is I just put it here to create that nice separation. And from this particular image, you can see that they are blending too much with the background here. So we needed a bit of separation. So that's exactly what I did here. And I changed my position, I shot them from above, and this was the actual output. You can see now that I had a bit of separation from here and a bit of separation from here. And the pattern that I was creating using the light that was here, this is the Photix Indra 500, shining through this wooden planks, creating this beautiful pattern right there. And you can see here, again, a more obvious separation. But it didn't stop there. I decided that I wanted to shoot a bit more, but I didn't want to use the patterns anymore that was on their faces. Though I did love how dramatic this image was, I wanted something a bit brighter, a bit softer. So I decided to shoot them by a window. Again, there was literally no light, as what you can see here. This time, instead of using two flash units, I decided to use two flash units and one LED light. So that one LED light served as my main light here, creating that beautiful soft light in the couple. And I had one flash outside to create the separation here. Now, you can see the subtle light coming from here because my existing flash was still here creating this light. However, I felt that it was too weak, so I decided to make it stronger. But by making it stronger, I made it too strong that, for this one, I was actually playing around. I wanted to see how it would look backlit to create that really ethereal look to the image, that ethereal feel. But for me personally, it was something that didn't really work. And you can see here that there's another light right there. So I decided to just weaken the flash here, this one, bring it to its original spot outside, and still create that nice kicker light right about there, and still have the light and patterns over here, but no longer distracting. Then I had my LED light right here creating beautiful soft light, and I had another flash right here. This was actually the final image, but when processed, I removed some of the things that bothered me, like this one here, and this is the final image. So that's how I shoot when there is no light. However, there is one very important tip or technique that's needed whenever you're shooting in a situation like this. It's actually this. Let me bring you back to one of the very first images. You could see that someone here was holding onto a cell phone, and that cell phone actually had the flashlight on, because if you're shooting in a pitch black area without any light, your camera will have a hard time really focusing. Of course, in the newer models, it's a lot easier, but still, it would still be easier for you to just shine a very subtle light on your subject's face so that you can lock your focus there, which then allowed me to always get spot on focus like this and spot on focus like that. So whenever you're shooting in the dark, you have to remember that you still need that light for your camera to focus on. Shine them on the subject. It could just be your cell phone, and that's more than enough. And of course, the moment you do that, if your light is a bit too strong, maybe you'd want to turn it off afterwards. It really depends now. But since I was shooting at 1/30 at ISO 250, the flash or the light coming from the cell phone was already non-existent, so it just really served as a way for me to focus the light, since my Indra didn't have the modeling light turned on and my speed light didn't have modeling light. So a key takeaway from this particular video is that even if there is no existing ambient light, it should not deter you from creating images that you want to create, especially if you are presented with a scene that has a lot of potential. One thing about this particular scene is when I saw those wooden planks, I knew immediately that I could shine a light through it and it would create a very dramatic scene that personally would have been perfect, and we were able to extend the time that we were shooting, and we were able to give our couples more than normal. So that's actually very important too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this video, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you guys want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. Okay, till the next video.